I think I'm here. Hello, everybody. Whether you're watching me morning, afternoon, or evening, whether you're watching the VOD, or whether you're lurking, because we are definitely a lurker-friendly streamer. Hi, Budge. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. It's lovely to see you as we get it going for stream today. Welcome in. Well, hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a minute since I've been in my, 2D form, but just know, this is my default form. I just be wilding out. Gotcha. You're busy at work? Oh, I got you. I got you. Well, I appreciate you stopping in terms of things. I hope work is going okay, you know. And I hope it settles down so you can finish out the rest of your day and go about it, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you. It's all goody in the hoodie. But yeah. No, in all seriousness, I really hope work is going okay and that you're doing okay today. That's always good. In the sense of being productive is one thing and getting stuff done, but I always hope that work goes smoothly and well and that you can rest and be accomplished and do what you got to do as always. So it's lovely to see you, essentially. I'm in my 2D form today, and as you can see, I have something new that I decided to spring on y'all today because I don't really act like maybe the. Well, let me put it this way. I don't really see myself as an idol VTuber. I don't really have ambitions like that. I more so just like to have my Lizzie McGuire moments where my virtual self is essentially an extension of me and is me and I'm not playing a character. Except for the lore and things that go behind my character, which will come soon. But as you can see, and shout out to Kopintea, I have new assets. So, long story short, I am always a work in progress, like in real life, and both as a VTuber. So I have been in the works of assets and things to go with my theme and who I am, along with different outfits and things like that. So we have another piece of furniture that it goes with the aesthetics, which is my table, in regards to things. And we've got a couple of other assets that I will use when we actually need to use them. So I will show them off at another juncture. But I do want to note the two things for those of you who are watching on Twitch specifically, not so much on YouTube. So my YouTube folks, if you'd like to go check out the Twitch page, you can, but no pressure, of course. But on Twitch, we've got new panels up, actually. So like I said, this is my default form as my VTuber self. So I actually have Twitch panel. Shout out to Reichu Arts. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Reichu. Reichu also streams as well, and once I get my commands up, I'll actually have one running for all the folks I've commissioned. But Reichu actually made my Twitch panels, which you'll see, which now has the rules, which essentially describes a lot of what my stream is about, or at least my streams are all about, excuse me, in terms of guidelines and recommendations and things such as, no racism and the isms around these parts. We keep it safe around here, and thank you so much for abiding by the rules and stuff like that. We've also got an about page with just flags where my socials are, which are also linked on my Twitch page. And we do have, let's see, we have the about section, we have the rules, we have a general descriptor, and we also have credits. So I do need to update on my card or my webpage landing site, which is still a work in progress in my mind, along with my media kit. But essentially, we've updated it to where all my credits have been updated on there, except for I gotta add one more caveat because Kopintea needs to be credited on there. I think I do have Kopintea's information for the chair, but I gotta make sure all the other assets, which I will debut at the appropriate juncture in terms of when I use them. When I get to it in terms of things, but I still want to update that. But essentially, that portion shows all the credits for every single person I've commissioned for assets, music, everything you see essentially to make this magic happen is there. I've included the places you can find folks as well too, whether it's on the site formerly known as Twitter, Discord, or other places too. I'm not a gatekeeping type of person, so if you would like to know my specs or information, that is currently there. I might add computer specs and other things too, but for now, it's mainly just art, music, and all the assets and overlays and everything that I use as a streamer. So that's been updated. There's going to be one more section added once I figure out some details and things. But overall, my Twitch page and landing is coming together. I'm going to make sure I model it similarly to what I have on YouTube, so that they mirror each other, as well as my card landing page and my media kit. So all this to say, everything's coming together. I'm really excited for it. It's really cool. It's really popping, and I'm grateful in terms of just all the progress. And once again, shout out to Rachel Arts and shout out to Kopintea. Those folks I specifically appreciate. I have a lot of assets from both of them that you'll see throughout the year, including, for example, Rachel Arts made me a cute little witch avatar that folks saw during the Halloween spoopy events for Gamers Outreach. So that will come back again, as well as some other things I've got planned as well. So the only other thing I will mention is that I do have my schedule uploaded. It's on YouTube. I'm trying to get better about that, as well as in the Discord for those of you who are part of the Discord, and I posted it on socials. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to be consistent on the site formerly known as Twitch. I mean, sorry, not Twitch, but Twitter. And what I mean is that I still stay on that website because I do have friends and mutuals who are on there who haven't navigated to other social platforms. But my primary home, for the most part, is Blue Sky. That's where I post most of my updates and feel the most comfortable to post certain things. So all it is to say, I'm still kind of navigating what that's going to look like as I kind of amp things up and get things refurbished, given the shenanigans and dynamics in the background. But I'm really excited in terms of my goals and ambitions. So it's all goody in the hoodie in terms of things. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. This week's schedule has been posted, like I said. We'll be streaming on Friday and Saturday. We're going to do some co-working tonight in Final Fantasy XIV. We probably won't go as long as we did on Sunday, because we just don't have the time and space for that. But we'll get a couple of hours in terms of the story and everything. And then my schedule is posted online, but essentially we will be streaming. I do believe I have scheduled for Saturday and Friday. We're going to do a little bit more co-working with Unicorn Overlord specifically, and then we're actually going to do some Black and Mix fun on Saturday with some crafts, lace bobbin, Hobonichi, and doing some Infinity Nikki. I might do a little bit of book talk as well, since we're technically going into week 2 of Black in the Mix for Black History Month. So I'm hoping to just kind of do something a little special on Saturday, just because. And then next week, we'll do some more things to round out Black History Month before we close out on everything. So just stay tuned for that in terms of the shenanigans. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And of course, we will update and post things online if things change or need to adjust, and go from there. But yes, today we're going to be doing some co-working. I actually have my language book specifically, so I'm trying to map out a course for myself in regards to studying in terms of things and some of the goals and things I need to post and finish up, because there's some things I'm behind that I'm finally catching up on, even if there's a lot of shenanigans and dynamics in the background. So as always, my co-working style is that we'll do some Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions and some of the widget, which I'll be working on to get set up for folks to join me in terms of co-working and body doubling. And then after that, we'll probably play an hour or two Final Fantasy XIV before we wrap up stream today. We will be using my table accordingly. I don't have my other, things that I use for assets, hint, hint, wink, wink, in terms of what's to come in the future that I will be working and getting commissioned. But I'm hoping that folks will be able to recognize that my assets mirror what I'm doing in real life. I've got some cool things in the back of my pocket that I'm really excited to finally get to ball rolling on them as we go into year 2 and 3 of streaming. So I'm really excited about that, and like I said, really grateful for the opportunities. Plus, my table and my chair match how I look in real life. Yes, I am a small. We will pause on that because I am a small. I am tiny. So my table and my chair setup reflect that if I'm not careful, my feet dangle. So even though I am seasoned. I'm seasoned in terms of things. But all to say, we're going to get going in terms of things. We'll probably do just an hour of co-working, since I just want to etch out some stuff in my journal for some of the books, as well as on my iPad, given some of the art stuff I want to do this week. I'm a bit behind on some of the scheduling things I want to get done. But, we'll make it work. We'll make it happen. And I hope folks will enjoy the ambience of things as I get us going and, stay as my VTuber self for the shenanigans. But just give me 1 second as we switch over to the gaming screen. I will be staying at my desk today since it's a new asset and folks get to see it in terms of shenanigans. And then we'll move on from there. Oh, and let me turn off the music first too so it doesn't clash, because y'all know me, I'm clumsy. Alright. think we should be adjusted pretty quick. So, we will transition now. All right. As always, y'all, you should be able to see the captions on the bottom of the screen. They are next to my table as I, appreciate y'all being patient with me as I get used to some of my more room element assets in terms of things. And then we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and see. Well, first, let me get the timer going. So we'll go ahead and get started with just the hour that we'll do of co-working. And then, of course, we'll take a 5 to 10 minute break before we get into Final Fantasy XIV. But okay, there's that. And then since we got our new chair and table asset, well, not new chair, but our new table asset to go with my lovely chair, we're going to sit at the desk today in terms of getting things done. Gotta pet the teacup. Okay. I'm still working on getting my camera set back up again, so on Saturday you all can see kind of what I've been up to. I probably won't necessarily like show my iPad and stuff because I still need to work and practice until I feel comfortable enough to show some of my illustration and art things. But I think I will get to a point where I can show y'all some of the digital stuff I'm working on. So I'm really excited about that. As well as I'm trying to just essentially get my my stuff together to be able to practice some of the languages that I want to learn. Because I still have ambitions to be a polyglot, so I'm really excited to be able to move on that finally. Okay. Otherwise, I hope y'all are all doing well. Hope you are taking care. I hope you're just doing what you can right now. I know one thing that's been on my mind in particular in terms of just where things are in the world is trying to, like I've been talking about, I think throughout my last couple of streams, specifically the co-working ones, is trying to anchor myself in terms of what I need to do, what I need to learn, and where I need to grow. And learning how to tune out the noise in terms of getting caught up into the fervor of things. And what I mean is that, I'm going to encourage people who interact and fall with me in terms of the world around us to always stay engaged, but remember to stay grounded and know that you're not alone when you're trying to figure out how to move in life. There's so many different ways to connect and build community nowadays. It's really, really cool, whether that's in person safely or virtual through different means and platforms. So I think if we would just remember that there's more people who do a lot of things behind the scenes that we might not be aware of, and that we're part of different groups and communities and organizations, that there can always be a lot of good done in the world by intention and by intentionally and unintentionally too. So I think that's something I'm really leaning into as I feel myself waking up, which I've told anybody, everybody on the stream, and I've said so many times, I usually don't come to life in terms of my own movement until this towards the spring equinox, which is essentially towards March, April. So I'm still in it's still the dead of winter type of vibe, but that's not really a problem to me. As in, I don't force my body to do things that I don't want it to do. I kind of really lean into, as I've gotten older, how to move and still get things done. Of course, we still unfortunately gotta do what we gotta do. We got an adult, as millennials will say, adulting. But I think I've gotten better about being more in tune about what I need to do for myself versus kind of getting caught in the fervor of things, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm like checking out my iPad and stuff too. But I realize I can't use my pen in some ways, and I can use my finger, so it's a learning curve for me. Also, to check in about Monster Hunter Wilds to mention that while we're co-working. I actually I missed the first half of the beta for Monster Hunter Wilds, but I'm hoping to catch like the last half, which will be from the 13th to the 16th. So I think it'll be a Valentine's Day gift to myself to play Monster Hunter. Because I saw that I saw that you can customize your character, which is really cool. And I'm a fan of customizing my character. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Oh, never mind. I can use my pen. I guess I just had it weirdly wrong. I'm like, what did I do? I think I'm done with this right now, but I will. Let me go back to the BRB screen so you all don't see me twitch out for a second, because I need to grab my book that's next to me. So the music's still gonna play and everything, but let me just go to the BRB screen for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, just give me 1 second to be able to switch it back. So it's not like jarring looking. All right, I think we're good. Of course, when I was trying to do what I was doing, I dropped my books for like 2 seconds. Okay, that's the workbook. And just as a reminder for folks, I do speak multiple languages. I just primarily speak English because I don't get an opportunity to speak in other languages, but I'm currently studying my Chinese and Spanish again. Just got some new books to be able to like do what I gotta do. Is that who I think it is? Hi Aura, welcome in. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a good one, and I always love seeing your emojis. They're so cute. But how are you doing? Welcome to stream. I'm just doing a little bit of co-working as I like enjoy my new little desk setup. With Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions before I get into a little bit of Final Fantasy after we're done with the hour. And as always, y'all, I might not have my commands up to shout people out, but please go check out Aura. Super cool streamer, plays a lot of really cool games like Final Fantasy and just really awesome, like cozy, fun fantasy games. So if you're looking for another space and streamer to follow, go check it out. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing phenomenal. Lovely. I'm doing some art. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm okay. It's definitely been a whirlwind for a lot of different reasons, but I'm grateful to have some anchor points. So that's what I've been really leading into since it's still winter time, like I was mentioning earlier in stream. So my brain's not fully in it's 2025 mode, if that makes any sense. But nice, you're doing art. What kind of art are you doing? Are you just drawing? Are you just like sketching, or are you doing some commissions or something like that? Let me know. That's cool. Yeah, I'm like trying to get into my my Hobonichi a little bit, and then like update my calendar for the week. So some things got sorted out and changed about. So, and also get a feel again of how I'm gonna say like my stuff for this week. So. I knew my calendar was wrong. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah. Definitely in terms of the time. Yeah, I think it just works better for me because I feel like this year is going to be, for a lot of different reasons. This year has definitely been a whirlwind, but I do think with the anchor points I have, it should be okay. We just gotta do what we gotta do, essentially. I'm on that, like, I'm an adult. We're gonna adult and figure it out over time. Oh yeah, essentially, we'll be okay. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I also appreciate you again tagging me in the new Infinity Nikki updates, because I low-key... Like, I haven't gotten, oh my god. I've gotten the first banner set, which is the, like, the butterfly... No, not the butterfly outfit. The, fireworks outfit. And I got the other OG outfit that has the ability where you can have the little puppers walking behind you. But I haven't gotten the second banner outfits at all. I'm still working on that. Oh my god, that game is my second hyperfixation. That's so real. That's so real. That is me. I'm not gonna lie, I've been low-key tempted to try Love in Deep Space. Only because the fighter system looks really interesting. And I love me a good story. Even though I don't really play otome games like that, I do love me a good otome visual novel story. So I will say I might be joining the crew. Plus, I like customization on characters, so the fact that I could do that, I'm like, is it my time? Is it my time, maybe? I said this is my year of taking care of business. Let's go. You got this. I love to hear it though. Um, I love to see it. I love to hear it. I love to see it. I know you got this, Aura. Like it's for real, for real. Um, so yeah, you go ahead. You go on with your bad self. Um, because I know you got a lot of goals and ambitions and things like that. So I'm cheering for you, cheering you on in terms of like all those accomplishments and things. But it's super cool that you're just like, this is my year to get it and win it. So I'm here for it. I'm trying to get the second fireworks outfit mainly because it's fresh stats and I needed it desperately. If you try, let me know, please. No, for sure, for sure. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, though. The second fireworks outfit is a fresh rating in terms of things. I got you, yeah. I think that's something I actually, now that you say it that way, that's actually a valid point. Because I know for me, I mainly have a lot of outfits in Infinity Nikki that is more sweet and sexy, I think. So I do need to get more fresh stuff. I also need to work on the fragrances, even though... and as a reminder for folks who are watching me, we're almost through with the main story, but I still feel like I'm missing a lot of outfits and clothes. And I do hope they recycle some of the ones I wasn't able to get in the newer banners, the older newer banners. But yeah. And oh yes, of course, if I do end up playing Love in Deep Space, I will definitely let you know. I think if I were to play it, I think low-key I'm probably gonna be a Zane bias. I'm not even. I can say that on stream. I don't mind. I'm probably gonna be a Zane bias. Cause I've been, shout out to the YouTubers you've been talking about specifically. I have been eyeing some of the characters in terms of their development, and I usually have a bias to a particular type of like I guess character. Even though like I understand like stereotypes and things like that, but I think I'm low-key probably gonna be a fan of Zane. So that's just my thing. But I do have to say, like if we're talking like BTS terms, like bias wrecker, I understand the girlies, I understand Caleb, and I understand what's Silas. I understand. I get it. I get why. I understand now. Oh, thank you so much. I'm crying. I have a lot of goals I want to accomplish, but I'm so proud of you and all of you got this year so far. Oh, thank you. They're really sweet. And no worries, of course. I'm always rooting for you. And it's been really cool to see, like, the progress. Like, I'm telling you to go check out Aura because it's lit over there. I love lurking in Aura streams, and they're really fun. But no, I'm rooting for you. I think I'm really excited for all the stuff you're going to accomplish. I cannot wait for the updates in terms of, I see your model. I've been seeing the previews. They've been lit. But no, I appreciate you and thank you. I know I'm just dealing with scuff and clumsiness, but I appreciate the words. That means a lot because sometimes I'm a little too hard on myself where I'm like, did that make any sense? Am I here? But I gotta give myself patience. I'm a baby. I'm a baby streamer. So I feel like I'll be saying that until I'm at least like 4 to 5 years in. So, but yeah. Let's go. I don't blame you who's a fan favorite. Yeah, I feel like I didn't know the Zayn fandom was a thing, but there's like a coalition for every guy, which I'm not mad about. I just think, I don't know, I feel like some of the character like preview things I've seen from Zayn, I'm like, I don't know. You might be it. Even though I know I've heard apparently, and you can confirm this is right or wrong, but I think they say you're supposed to level up the guys all equally because they have different powers and mechanics and stuff with the story, which I think is really cool in terms of social bonds. So it reminds me of Persona a little bit with that and Metaphor. Oh yeah, and I do remember, yeah, you did say you're a Caleb girly, which I'm not mad. I totally get Caleb. I get it. The childhood bestie. And again, for those of you who don't play Love in Deep Space, I am talking a little bit around it to not to spoil, but these are just some of the characters that, as the main protagonists, whether you self-insert or not, in Love in Deep Space, there are 5 potential bachelors, essentially, that you can date in the game, along with the fighting and a lot of the other elements. So, I'm talking about Zayn, who is one of the 3 original dudes that you can end up with as the main protag. And then, oh, thank you, my captions came back. I was like, come back! Accessibility, come back! We want to be accessible around here, essentially. But Caleb is the newest one, and then Silas and Caleb are essentially the newest ones in Love in Deep Space. So, Silas is sugar dead. I'm screeching. But are you wrong? No. From what I've seen, no. Not at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can do believe streaming takes time. I started on my PlayStation 4, it was rough. Then I was able to upgrade my PC when COVID hit, and I was super thankful. Yo, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before in terms of like a lot of your progress from the things you've gotten to like where you've been in terms of things. And you know me, or at least I hope folks know, like I love hearing about people's journeys. So I think that's really cool in the sense of just, you know, one, knowing it takes time, but also just seeing folks who've like been in it to win it, still in it to win it, and just sharing that like it's all goody in the hoodie. Plus, we're here for PC upgrades because gaming is magic, along with all the fancy graphics and things, you know? Okay, I would say you can level them all up, but you will be spending a lot of money as opposed to just picking one like some do and getting more bang for your buck. They do have different fighting elements, but it's not any different than the rest, to be honest. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Got you. Because that's what somebody was saying on one of their videos on YouTube. They were saying that it would be a good recommendation to level them all up, I guess. But if it would be better, actually, especially with the money part, because I'm not saying, you know, don't gotcha for things you want, but I'm not trying to break the bank. I'm just being honest. So that's good to know. Because I think that's fine, too. Like, if you could just pick one... if you can just pick one character to fight with, and if they're not drastically different, I'd be cool with that. Because I saw that the main protagonist, too, she has different abilities, or I guess ways you can, like, fight with her. Like, I've seen her fight with, like, a claymore or a sword and some other things. I would pick two and leave it at that. I have a friend who made an alt account for the other love interest, so there's always an option as well. Oh, that makes sense. Got you, got you. Because, yeah, I didn't know how it worked in the sense of... I'm assuming you just have one account, and then if you want to do other things, you have to make another account. I'm assuming similar to like Infinity Nikki, where it's connected to all one account across the different platforms versus, I guess, having one account with multiple characters. I'm thinking of like Final Fantasy 14, where you can make different like characters on a different server, but still. Okay. Yeah, you have different weapons you can use. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate this information. Because, like I said, I'm probably going to try it out. I'm really curious, just cause. But again, I'm a sucker for fighting and good story, as it's not already obviously playing Final Fantasy 14 and other games that I play. But yeah, okay, I gotta check it out. And if you have any recommendations in terms of weapons you prefer, I appreciate any in advance. Cause I do say the sword looks really cool. I want to bust people's kneecaps, but that's just me being particularly biased. I'm like writing stuff down. It's like I said, my calendar got switched up a little bit. My calendar got switched up a little bit this week, so I'm just trying to make sure I get this noted down so I don't forget. But sometimes, like I say, if you don't write it down, you're not gonna do it. I like the staff and the guns are like the default, but they are good for quick battles. Otherwise, you can just auto attack the entire fight, which includes dodging mechanics. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Yeah, that's true. You making me think about the videos that I've seen where I've mainly seen the sword play and the gunfights, which again, it looks really cool. And I've seen that you can customize the main protag's outfit as well as the different dudes as well in regards to the battle system. But they have auto attack, which I appreciate. Because Love and Deep Space, I think, is on... I'm assuming it's on PC and console. I think. I haven't looked into what other consoles it was on. I'm assuming it was on PlayStation 5 though. Because that's kind of what I'm moving towards, is playing a lot more on my consoles versus trying to overload my PC for certain things. As well as my iPad. I don't want to overload it either. And then as always, I'll do as a reminder a check-in. I'll flag for 30 minutes, so halfway through, closer to about 45 to 50, and then at the top of the hour, and then we'll take like a 5 to 10 minute break before we get into Final Fantasy 14. So just to give folks a little bit of time. But of course, as always, when you're watching, whether you're lurking or chatting or anything, please do what you need to do in terms of productivity. Like I said, my co-working style was yabbering and talking about things, but also just, you know, enjoying the ambience of the music while we all get some stuff done. So, yeah. The sword is good tool. Some of the weapons can also be exclusive to certain cards as well. It's only on mobile and PC at the moment, although if it came to console, I wouldn't complain. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know that, because my brain, I think, superimposed that it's on PlayStation 5, but I might be thinking because Paper Games also made Infinity Nikki, and that's on PlayStation 5, so, okay. That's good to know. Mobile and PC. Alright, I gotta think about that. That's good to know, though. And of course, yes, I agree with you. If it comes to console, I am totally 100% down. Because, like... Because for example, I wanted South of Midnight to come on PlayStation, but since it's an Xbox, I think it's more exclusive to Xbox. I'll probably get it on PC. And I do have some space on other tech where I could play a mobile game, but I know Infinity Nikki, and if Love and Deep Space is as big space-wise as Infinity Nikki, I know it's going to be like something else, essentially. But we'll see. This is good to know. I appreciate this. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of stuff's coming out soon. Because Monster Hunter Wilds, for those of you who I've talked about this, essentially, is coming out on the 28th. But I think some anime is coming out soon. Windbreaker? I think Windbreaker Season 2 is coming out. I know Apothecary Diaries, which is a show I need to catch up on, is already out. Season 2 is happening right now. But yeah, along with Love and Deep Space, there's a lot of stuff I gotta think about. What's up, Pass? Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. Welcome into stream. I'm doing okay. Like I said, I'm chilling, just trying to make some magic happen, trying to write some things down before we get to Final Fantasy 14. I'm just here chatting with Aura and just chilling out with folks about Love and Deep Space and other things and games and everything else and in between, you know. But I'm okay. I'm doing pretty good. I hope you are doing well. It's lovely to see you, and thank you for stopping by stream. Because, yeah, I was thinking about Love and Deep Space because I do like what I'm seeing in terms of the gameplay content, and I feel like I just want a game in every genre that I like, in certain genres. Even though I'm still technically in like the RPG, romance, fantasy era. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, like I was saying with Aura, because we've been talking about Love and Deep Space, just again, probably going to end up playing that game and trying it out, just because, is that I'm at that time where I feel like I'm waking up, like I feel like my body is, like, actually going towards 2025, because I just feel like my body is attuned to the seasons. So when it's winter, I'm not saying I'm sluggish. It's more that I am being productive, but I'm not fully awake, I feel like, if that makes any sense. Versus I think in the next few weeks, I'm going to start to feel like, all right, we got the game plans, we're doing things. Then we can spring forward for March, April. No, I'll definitely be more awake towards the end of March, if that makes sense. I'm doing well. I'm just editing a video right now. I had to reduce it from an hour to 30 minutes to less than 30. Oof! Got you. You got this, Pass. And I'm here for the video editing as always in terms of your skill set. You got this. Especially condensing something down from an hour and 30 minutes to 30 minutes. That takes a lot of skill. 10 out of 10, I approve. To be fair, it has been a little while of me editing that, and it's way easier to record than to edit, but practice makes improvement. Oh, no, gotcha. No worries. Yeah, I think that's the thing I struggle with when I've dabbled a little bit into... Oh my god, it's not Procreate. The video editing app you use... Premiere, sorry. Okay, I've dabbled in Adobe Premiere and applications like that, and I will say that, yeah, editing is something I can do, because I can do like graphic design and things where I have to make changes and stuff, but I really would prefer to just record and let it go. But I understand if I can relate in that sense. But practice makes improvement, and one of my favorite creators, Corey Kinch, has been doing this for like 14 years. If you can do it, I can do it, of course. And yes, 100% agree, Paz, you got this. Practice makes perfect, and consistency is the key to liberation, as I will say in this moment. So, as long as you're willing to do something and learn and spend all your time to do so, you'll get there eventually, no matter how long it takes. I say it, I don't need to learn editing and get back into it as if I don't do photography, but don't look at me. Photo editing is not horrible for me. I think just video editing is just a bit more of a challenge. And we're 30 minutes in, just let folks know in terms of co-working. We passed that little time mark, so. I have like 5 videos to edit, so I'll definitely be practicing. One of them being the vlog. Yeah, nice. Oh, for sure, because I know you mentioned about working on that vlog you had from being on vacation with folks. So that'll be good, as well as everything else, too. So that's exciting. I'm happy to hear it, honestly. Of course, Baz. You got this. Yeah, I think, like you were saying, which I think is a great motto to have, as long as you practice and are consistent. And it doesn't have to be like every day, but as long as you work toward those goals little by little as much as you can, you'll eventually get there without realizing it. And I'm excited for you in terms of that. So, yeah. Speaking of Spanish books, where the devil did I put mine? Ooh, that might actually, that might be in my desk. Or in one of my bookshelves. It's not in my office space. So we're gonna have to figure it out. was coming up so quick. Dang, February is almost halfway over though. Oof. Oof, oof. Actually, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I need to put this here. One cool little factoid I just want to share is that my language books have like these characters that go with them. And it's so cool because I essentially got updated versions of the language books I got in college because I studied Chinese back then. Um, but it's cool that they updated it to where the characters still have their personalities. So it's just a really nice thing that they did with the latest edition that I got of the books when I studied them originally, where the characters that I studied in college are still in the latest one. So it's just really cool to see that little detail. They gave them the way the books I got work is that they almost make it to where you learn with these characters. So as you're learning how to say different phrases and words and things like that, and trying to, you know, practice common phrases, learn different words, the system, that type of thing, practice writing, you get to get better along with having the characters interact with each other. So it's just a really nice part of it. I just like the immersion of it because there's 6 characters that I just remember back in college that I'm like, oh, I remember this character to help me learn this in Chinese. So it's just really cute how they did it. Plus, I'm hoping this go around I'll be a little bit better with the tones, because the reason why I'm not ashamed of it, but I never got to learn how to say certain things in English, so my pronunciation is really off sometimes, as y'all may have noticed. However, it really makes it easy for me to learn other languages. So the only thing was that I missed a good portion of my classes as I got sick, so my pronunciation, or at least my practicing some of the initial tones for me in Chinese it took a little bit more longer than intended. That's just what I'm trying to say. Hi, Skip. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. It's lovely to see you on stream. Appreciate you too, friend. I've been meaning to hit you up because there's a couple more things that have come out in terms of shoujo or shows, but I need to catch up with you on that one. But what's goody in the hoodie? I'm okay. I've been okay for the most part. There's some shenanigans going on, but I'm trying to anchor myself and feeling pretty decent, so I'm not too bad. But I hope you've been doing well. I've been keeping up via the Discord / the streams when I be peeking in, seeing you doing your thing. So what's cooking? What's popping? And hi, Zeno. Welcome in. Not the short explanation. I mean, my commands still aren't working. I turned them off because I gotta get the super bot to work. But I'm here for the sentiment of me calling me short because yes, my feet are touching the ground right now. But my desk setup here, my new asset does reflect that I am a shorty. But yes, and we do need to add a shenanigans counter. I do need to just make sure that I have that set up. Because that's part of my lexicon. For sure. No worries. See, I also sometimes pronounce some English words in a different way, even if I know some of them. But that could be my accent propping up once in a while. No, that's cool. I got you. Yeah, like English is my first language. But similarly, yeah, I always still mispronounce out words. I know sometimes when I was younger it would make people mad, but it's because I never learned how to sound out words in English. So on the one hand, it means that I'll look at something and go, I don't know what that'll say. So I'm going to attempt to say it. But yeah, I'm probably going to say it wrong for at least like 40 times until either someone lets me know that I'm saying it wrong or I figure out the pronunciation myself. But it doesn't bother me because I think when I speak in Spanish and Chinese, it's not so bad. But I can tell I speak in a similar style across all the languages I know, which is really interesting. Because sometimes people's intonation and tones would change. I feel like mine don't really. Well, except for in the case of like Chinese, there's tones with it, of course. But I just feel like the way I speak in all the languages I know doesn't really change. I just think my awkwardness sometimes comes across when I'm talking, which is so funny to me. So I'm just mad I've never seen C stream pop up on my follow channels. I'm so sorry. Oh no. I feel like though, like I don't know if that might be just my thing. I don't know. Twitch, I feel like wants to fight me, low-key. But YouTube as well, because I feel like people have told me their YouTube notifications don't work too in terms of when I go live. So it's probably because I don't consistently stream every day. So Twitch is like, no. Twitch and YouTube's just like, no, you can't be great because you don't do it every day. And I'm like, I can't. Don't let me suffer. But it's okay. That's why I have VODs, Skip, as you know. Because if you can't make it here live, I got VODs. So you can watch me yell and be ridiculous as always. If we got a counter for every time she says shenanigans, it would be over 9,000. I guess that's fair. I will not deny that at all. I do say shenanigans a lot. If anything, I actually think I've influenced a lot of people around me to say shenanigans. I've noticed that people have started saying shenanigans because of me, which is so funny. I find that endearing, but I'm also kind of like, I'm a bad influence. It usually pushes non-affiliates further down the list. But, oh, that's true. You're right, Zeno. That's probably what's happening. I had to hit show more like 3 times to find C. Oof. But yeah, it probably fall to me, people. That's okay. I think what Zeno's saying definitely makes sense. It's probably because I'm not an affiliate that Twitch is like, we're not making money off this person, so we're not gonna show her when she's live. And I'm like, that's okay. I guess I can understand. Y'all gotta prioritize the folks who make y'all moolah. So And no, I understand, Skip. I feel like I need to check into that as well, because I want to make sure I follow the folks I do, particularly when they stream. However, I feel that I might be missing some people because of the shenanigans in which my technology works against me, which makes me sad because there's a lot of really dope people who stream, and I try to just make it work. But okay, but C is amazing. I appreciate you. They just don't know yet. I'm crying. I mean, I do what I can. I'm hoping folks can find me in terms of things, but I recognize that there's lots of really dope creatives, so I'm particularly not upset if they're like, hey, we got to make sure the folks who make us money get prioritized. But I'm floating around, so I have to come up with a better message to get people to be like, yes, I'm actually not joking with you. I'm live. I'm streaming, but that's a work in progress because I'm clumsy. I'm very clumsy. And then I think we have about maybe 15-ish minutes or less until this co-working session is over. So I'll do another reminder closer to when we get really to the end of it. And then I'll give, again, we'll do a 5 to 10 minute break so that folks who want to transition either to stay and watch me play Final Fantasy 14, I'll specifically be doing more of Endwalker, or if you want to scamper because you got other things you got to do, that's totally cool too. And apologies again, all my commands and stuff don't work. But to what you posted in the chat, Skip, please enjoy your lurk. Please enjoy the shenanigans as you hear me jammer and then eventually start yelling because of story. But I appreciate you, Fran. I hope you're having, I hope you have a good lurk. Or I hope you're having a good lurk. I think that's what I was trying to say. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I appreciate you. Sorry, I gotta move my book because, again, it's my table and chair setup is realistic because, like, when I'm looking at something, I get down on my chair and I'm like, but I'm like, oh, my bad. Short problems. Short problems. Y'all are too sweet. I gotta work on these pronunciation exercises. Okay, this might be something to come back to. I'm essentially starting from the ground zero when it comes to learning things. It's very familiar in my head, but I think if I practice the tones enough and do it a few times, which is going to be my focus probably for the next few weeks, I can go back to learning the vocabulary again and going from there. I feel like with Spanish, because I learned it pretty consistently from when I was like a little kid to high school. I don't think that's as hard for me to do because I can actually still read. I think I can mostly still read manga and stories in Spanish, but not so much in Chinese. At least not as well as I did years ago when I used to be able to write. I've done like projects where I think wrote stories or done presentations in Chinese. So I'm trying to get back to that point, and then once I do that, I'll probably scamper right into some of the other languages I want to learn. But I have to develop my system, similar to what I do when I'm learning how to be an Omni healer in Final Fantasy XIV. I have systems in my head to help me figure out how to grasp at words or switch out of a language. But that's also why you see me before on stream do that thing where I'll speak something in English and I'll switch to Spanish, and then my brain will go to Chinese and back to Spanish and then English, and I'll be like, what was that? For those of you who are multilingual, you understand that problem. Because, Jesus, it's hilarious and kind of low-key funny. Because I embarrass myself the same way I do in English in different languages. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to me where I'm like, man, don't talk to me. It's okay. Okay. Let me... I need to find my bookmarks, but I'll put a bookmark in here so I can practice these tones this week. I'll give myself maybe a week or two to study these again. And then I don't think I'll need anything out of the workbook yet. Oh wait, do they have syllable? Tone practice? Oh, they do. Okay, perfect. So I'll do this for the first 2 weeks. So that's going to be my goal for February. Is just kind of getting the basis down. Then once I find my Spanish books, I think it'll be practicing some of the basic stuff again. You just reminded me that I would want to learn other languages too. Brazilian Portuguese, Japanese, and maybe Mandarin. Nice! Those are all good choices too. Yeah, you got this. I think because you know the languages that you do, I think it'll be pretty dope to get into. Specifically, I know for the romantic languages that I know, which essentially is Spanish, I don't know any Portuguese. But I still gotta learn more words in my native language, Spanish, and my second language, English. Yeah, I think because you know Spanish, I think in having English, I think you should be good and to be able to. Well, of course, you know, no matter what, I believe anybody can be multilingual if they choose to and put the effort and time into it. Of course, yes, I agree with the brain fart during mental translation to languages. Thank you, Pez. I appreciate the affirmation. Yes, but no, I think it'll be good because I think I will say. Someone who primarily, like I said, for those of you, again, for my background, I speak English as my first language, and then I learned Spanish throughout my childhood. So I took, God, I know I took a year or so, or maybe some time in elementary school, and then I learned some more in high school and middle school. So I feel like I've spent like half my childhood learning Spanish. And then I chose to learn Chinese in college. And then I did pick up here and there a little bit of Korean and Japanese. And I did want to learn more African languages as well. So I think with Mandarin, I actually like it because it's a bit more simplified. Because I feel like with Spanish, I like the fact that words, I forget what the exact word is for, but when certain words in English, you can tell what their meaning is in Spanish and vice versa because of the way it's spelled. So that really helps in regards to me picking up Spanish. And then with Chinese, it's very, I don't know, maybe someone told me this when I was back in school, but I feel like Chinese to me uses a lot of symbols and pictures. So the words and what they mean makes sense if you move the different characters next to each other to understand the meaning of what's being said. So I learned pinyin, which is essentially, for those who don't know, in Chinese is where you get the words in not English, but you get the words with the tones on top of it to be able to get it. So, Paz, I think for you, you should be fine. I think the big thing that I would say is the most challenging for Chinese for me is just the tones, which I feel like if you're very musically inclined or very good about that, it won't be too much of an issue. Because I know for me, my basis, like I said, is I don't have a basis for English pronunciations in my mind's eye. But I think with Chinese, I don't know why, but my brain treats it like music. So when I hear the different tones, which I want to get better at, I'm not perfect, of course, I'm still very much a newbie about it. When I hear the tones, my brain processes. Well, let me put it this way. I think the thing I'll need to get better at is hearing the tones and being able to hear it like music almost in my mind. Versus when I see the pinyin and the Chinese words in Lord, forgetting the terminologies in my mind. Basically, when I see like the Chinese words not in pinyin, I know what they mean once I get refreshed a bit. I think I just need to get used to hearing it and being able to tell the tones. Because in Spanish, when I hear it, I can tell what they're saying because I'm not thinking about the tones. I'm thinking about what the congregation and how it's said for me to understand the meaning. Which is why I can still read manga in Spanish. Versus in Chinese, my brain's like, no. So, I probably didn't make a lick of sense, but my brain just... Languages are fun for me. Because it's like learning different little systems. But then my brain has to remember to plug in, to upgrade, to remember what the system is. I also heard that Chinese is easier to learn than Japanese. I would say so. I think to me, out of the ones that I've learned, I feel like Chinese and Spanish weren't that bad. Yeah, what the verbs, subjects, nouns mean in Spanish. Exactly. Thank you, Passes. I think that's what I was trying to say, and you just clinched it right there in terms of what I wanted to get at. But yeah, I think once I get what the basis of what's being said, similar to when I read fiction in like science in English, then I can kind of intuitively figure out what the whole thing's what's being said, and then it helps me understand it. So I know that's why for me Spanish is a bit easier than Chinese in that sense. But with Chinese, it's more like once I get the tones and know the pinyin and see the symbols about what the picture's trying to tell me, then my brain gets it. So it's almost like Chinese to me is like manga, where I see the pictures and I can get it once I understand. That probably didn't make a lick of sense, but that's just how my brain is going to say it in this moment right now. The fact that there are gendered words in Spanish can be tricky, but once you realize how it's used, it won't be a problem. I'm having that issue, which is why I need to practice more. Got you. And no worries, Paz. I totally relate and resonate with you on that because, yeah. Because I know there's gendered words in other languages, but I agree with you in Spanish that does trip me up occasionally because it is gendered. But like you said, once you realize it, it's not that bad. Also, yeah, we are almost at the top of this co-working session. Apologies for not hitting at the 45 to 50-minute mark. But we are almost done, just to give folks a heads up if you're in the zone right now, as I jabber about languages. But yeah, no worries, Baz. You got this. I think if you need recommendations for books, specifically in Chinese, I can give you some as well. So if you need some for Korean or Japanese, I can also help with that too. I think some of the African languages, I gotta find some good resources, so I'm gonna look into that a little bit. But for some of the other languages, I can help you on that, because my family members have in my life, they speak Korean, French, and other languages too. I just choosing the ones I want to learn, which is outside of like English and Spanish and Chinese, there's at least like 3 more I want to learn, and that's about it, 3 to 4. So. I consider it a lifelong thing, though. I don't think it's going to be a one and done, obviously. We can always learn something new. And I actually want to get to the point where I would read, like, novels and do science in every language I know, which is, a life goal. All right, there's that usual chime. So I'm going to put a timer on for about 10 minutes. For those of you who will be joining me on my next escapade, which is playing Final Fantasy XIV and take a break. I'm excited, though. Because I've been wanting, like I said, for a while to get back into language learning. I kind of let life get in the way, but I'm not going to let that happen no more. Because I do actually want to, at one point, be able to translate and, like I said, read fiction and comic books in different languages and also do some science work in different languages. That'd be a lot of fun for me personally. Okay. That's why I gotta finish some of my novels this. Well, I'm behind for book reading already for the year, but I gotta get back into it so I can finish some of the novels I was reading. But yeah, like I said, Paz, I can give you some recommendations because, for example, my Chinese books that I'm using now, I specifically use these in my Chinese college classes. I took about 3 to 4 years of Chinese classes, and then, like I said, in high school, I think I remember what books I used for Spanish. But yeah, but more so about the Chinese books and other like certain Asian languages. I might have a recommendation for Portuguese, but I have to figure that out. But Japanese, I got you for sure. I have some. I think I have a Japanese dictionary still, or I had one. I gotta find it. It's a little tiny thing that I bought like a long, long time ago. Oh man, and I'm just stretching a little bit, y'all, before I kind of. I'll start getting the game up towards the 6-minute mark. But right now I'm just kind of stretching in my seat a little bit. And then for today's stream, I'll probably play for a good hour or two of Final Fantasy 14, but I'm probably not gonna go super long today. I think I'm gonna say that more for Saturday, and I think Friday's stream will be similar. Oh yeah, for sure, Pass. I have some resources that I have from school, because I didn't take languages in grad school. Now that I think about it in terms of like my program, I need to look into that in terms of being able to do some things I didn't get to do in undergrad. Thanks for the recommendation, see. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think communication is a really important part to me of life, to be able to speak and build community with people. So I feel like the least I can do is share resources and also like encourage that in terms of language learning. Even if I'm like clumsy and sometimes get bashful about my ability to speak to people, because I want to be thoughtful in my interactions with people. I love to be able to share and have that experience of really knowing how to talk to people. So happy to share those resources. Plus, I think there's some ways to get them pretty affordable too. So. Funny thing is, since I'm studying international business, I think there's gonna make me practice other languages, though hopefully I get to choose. True. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, I mean, I know some people like learn languages just to flex a little bit. I think for me, it's coming from a space of, I love writing and communicating. That's something that's a big part of my personality. No matter what I do in life, it's really about expressing myself and being able to build relationships with people. So I think to what you're saying about international business, I think just learning another language and being able to communicate with people is a really important thing to be able to do, and to use it to do what you have to do. So I completely understand that. Because with the work that I do outside of stream, I think it's still, well, even considering here too, I'd love to do a stream in another language, or at least be able to feel more confident to speak fluently in another language. Though I will say a caveat here in that, like, people can't ask me certain things in Spanish and Chinese. I just might be really sloppy about it. So. Oh, sorry, I just got a message about something. Just checking into it. think that's really important in terms of being able to talk to people. I think that's really something that's really crucial for me in terms of walking through life. Hope that makes sense. I lost my train of thought a little bit because I saw what I was looking at. Also, I really like the co-working sessions. It makes me relax and work on stuff that I want. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I want to give. It's just more of hanging out with, you know, people at a cafe or a library with a room and just doing stuff, getting stuff done, and just talking about random things that come up. Or not, just, you know, body doubling in silence is cool too. So I appreciate that, because that's out of the vibe I want to give off. That's also true. One of the reasons as to why I want to learn languages is because I want to communicate with others and get to know others' countries' cultures, and also maybe gain some friends along the way. Whether through the internet or travel, it'd be cool to just talk to people. Yeah, for sure. And I definitely think I resonate in that way too. The world is really big, even if people be wilding out. I think the world's a big place. There's a lot of really cool people. So the more you're able to kind of immerse yourself and be respectful in a culturally appreciative way, life's really cool in that sense. So, but yeah, so I resonate with you, Paz, completely, and I think that's really, really important to always be curious about others and to really think about ways that we can like build community, whether it's online or in person. All right, as we get close to the end of the break, I just want to say, for those of you who are going to be sticking around, I appreciate you're going to get ready to play Final Fantasy XIV, so we're going to switch gears. But of course, if you just want to scamper because you're just in the mood to be more productive or just got other things you got going on, that's all goody in the hoodie. I'm not mad at all. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Like I said, we'll probably do another co-working session on Friday, and we'll definitely do some of that on Saturday with lace bobbin and some Hodichi crafts and stuff. So there will be other opportunities to chat and chill, hang out, and, you know, be productive. But in the interim, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go switch to the BRB screen really fast. And then when I come back, which you'll hear the chime because I'll probably take a little bit longer than 10 minutes, we'll switch over to Final Fantasy XIV from there. So if you're staying, I appreciate you. You know, we'll have fun. We'll yell. I'll get excitable. Give you some updates in terms of what I've been up to. If you're not staying, I hope to see you on a stream somewhere soon or somewhere on the internet somewhere. Social media, Blue Sky, Discord, whatever. You know where to find me, that kind of vibe if you're, you know, especially friends and mutuals. But yeah, I'll be right back, and we'll keep it popping. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I am back. I'll switch it back to the gaming screen in just a moment. I'm just trying to look into something really quick. And then we'll get to Final Fantasy XIV. So for those of you who are still here, I appreciate you if you scampered. Appreciate you. Hope you have a nice rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, of course. Oh, where was the thing I was looking at? Okay, sorry about that. Went on mute for a little too long. Okay. Alrighty, let us go ahead and switch over. Sorry about that. Alright, first I gotta turn off the music though. And I'm reading the comment. I'm still gonna be here because it's chill and I get to enjoy shenanigans. But I'm still gonna edit, so I'll be kind of that. Oh, no worries. Thank you for no worries, Paz, in terms of that. Thanks for the comment and words in terms of just going to be hanging out, but still going to be editing. Because again, even though I'm not going to be specifically working on things, you're welcome for my streams to Body Devil, do other things, co-work, whatever you prefer to do. And of course, I'm lurker friendly, so if you just want to lurk instead of just chatting, that's totally cool too. You're welcome to do that as well. But alrighty, let me take out Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions. I'll just keep it on the BRB screen really quick. So we'll just get Final Fantasy XIV up. Just give me 1 second, everybody. So I log in. Whoops. Of course I would log in wrong. We're just gonna fix this right now. There we go. While I'm here, let me make sure I adjust a little bit. Gotta change the category really fast so folks know we're not doing co-working anymore. Alright. Then one last adjustment before we transition over is I'm going to make my screen make me a bit smaller since I'm sitting at my desk. So just give me 1 second and then we'll switch it back. Thank you all for your patience as always. That way I'm a little wee smaller. Okay. All right, we will switch over. Boop. Okay, so you all should be able to see me. I'm just a little bit smaller in the corner. Is my music off? Oh, maybe I did turn it off. All right, sorry about that. I was like, maybe y'all can't hear anything. All right, cool. All right, so everybody should see the captions on the bottom of the screen, as well as you should see me in my chair, and we will now get into the game. All right, so as an update, I've done a little bit. I've mainly just come on to do dailies and level up essentially. So I did change my hairstyle a little bit. I do like this hair for a while, so I'm gonna stick with it. I oscillate between like different browns and reds and pinks all the time. So I was in my white mage forward because I was running around Garlemald and just unlocking the area essentially, and then doing some dailies as archer, bard, and as scholar. So again, I don't think we have anything that we can level up right now in the sense of I have done all the scholar quests, I guess. At least that's it's letting me to do right now. So we're just gonna keep going with the main story for tonight. But I am a level 60 plus archer, and I am officially level 81 as a scholar. So I'm really proud of myself because it's been almost 2 years in the making to where I feel like I actually can play this game. I think the big thing for me is just making sure my rotation makes sense at this level because I need to actually sit down and watch the level scholar, like the scholar, white mage, sage, and astro guides to prep for doing extremes and ultimas, but we'll figure it out. Okay, sorry about that. Let me switch over to scholar, and also I do like the scholar fit a lot. I'm just saying, but okay. We are going to a frosty reception after we did that big old battle last time. Okay. Sorry. Let me just adjust something really quick. Okay. I think we should be good. Excuse me. Actually, let me adjust myself in my seat a little bit. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Great. So just in storyline wise, we just got here after having to do a big old fight with the folks trying to stop us from getting here. That's pretty much where we're at in regards to stopping Xenos and Fandaniel from destroying the planet. It is something as with, I think it was Xeno who said this, but it is something to be at this point in the game, specifically because the Azian slash the Garland Monk's been like the big bad area for a long time. So it's just really, it's a millstone to be here, but it's also really foreboding in the sense of what's about to happen in the story. So we're gonna figure this out together. But all I did essentially is also unlock this area. Not this Aetherite per se, but I did run around just cause with my Chocobo. That's why I was white mage. I was murdering things as I was trying not to die from some of the monsters. We're level 80 something. So oh my gosh, directions. Okay, there we go. Over here. Oh, we're talking to Gratia. Let's go. Talking to Mr. Catboy. Okay, cool. So the people we fought, I guess they're helping out in terms of things. Anything being stolen here? Okay. So he was telling us essentially that the folks who are tempered, where they're put in kind of a gaze to help Fandaniel and Xenos and the Empire, sounds like the folks really didn't have a choice or it was against their will, and when we got them, even though we knocked them out, we helped them come back. So, okay. He's just like, I'm cold. I hate it here. Let's go, healers. Oh yeah, because we're staying in this area for a little bit, even though we do have the um what's it called? What am I thinking about in my mind's eye? We have the airships near us, and we also have people in different positions, whether it's the healers helping those who've been tempered and other things going on in this section, which is cool. Oh, I didn't mean sorry, something in my bad.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one. Would you like a hand? No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Again, these sassy behind responses. That's hilarious.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Right. Without the right clothes, you'd be freezing right now. This area is cold as crap. Also, if I look like I'm slightly twitching in my eye, it's because I gotta fix my tracking, because my hooded eyes, my hood hides set up B-Tube Studio all the time. All for real, all the snow I know it's gotta be curly. Yup, you absolutely right, Paz, because oof. Not, I may regret this, but we might as well humor him. Lol. What do you mean there's an ether current right there? I need to go find them. That's gonna be another one of my journeys. The question is, how the devil do I get up here? Can I just walk up here? Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Cliffs are still my mortal enemy, so. New table or not. They just are. Where are they at? Massive sheep thing? I mean, that's a good descriptor. Or a cow. I'm screeching. Hilarious. Okay. A pale green dress. Guess we're gonna follow the trail now. Fine with me. Yes, please give me all the things to keep us warm, because holy crap. It'd be cold out here. Alrighty. Should I be low-key concerned? Potentially. There are giant animals afoot. I roam this area. See what I mean? Right there, trying to kill me. Well, they may not close enough to aggro me, but still gotta be careful. Be minding my business. And an animal just comes behind me trying to murk me. I ain't do nothing. Alright, more footsteps over there. Yeah, I was roaming around here, and this creature, I dare say, is my least favorite thing I've seen in this game. I hate it so much. I don't know who designed him. If you did, why? Why did you do that? Why would you hurt my feelings like this? Horrors beyond comprehension type of monster to me. Okay. So she didn't go in the building, but she might be around here, so she ran. Okay. So we're gonna search up ahead. Got it. See what's happening. Might be low-key scared. Without drawing her attention? Oh no. You're asking me to be stealthy? That's like the least thing I could do. The appearance of yellow turning indicators indicate that she would detect you when turning around. Make use of cover such as rocks or push her without being seen. Similarly, a circular area indicator signifies that you will be detected for following too closely. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try and return to this designated location. Okay. She's just running around. My bad. The game says, hey, time for Metal Gear C. No, I am not Solid Snake. That is the worst decision this game has ever tried to make me do. I love how it asked me to follow her, and I was like, you might want to hide behind a rock. Proceeds not to hide behind a rock. Proceeds to get caught up in 4K. In 4K. Like, I just... Okay. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. Okay. Can we move? There we go. Can I have behind a tree? Where's she gonna go? Can I have a... Blah, what the... What is that noise? What is that noise? What is that noise? Ah! That's so gross! Sorry, I just... Why? Kill it with fire. That thing trying to kill me, and I'm trying to be stealthy. This is the worst. What are you talking about? No, 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 no. Stay over there. Stay over there. Don't do it. Yeah, the freaking noises. Girl, you running around with that overgrown rose. Like, I don't mind a spunk, but that's just scary, because them things is creepy. Squishy noises, I didn't realize. Oh my god, it's making more squishy noises. Please stay away from me. Please leave me alone. Oh. Here we get into it close. Sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh my god, when they make that freaking noise, it sends... It literally hurts my feelings. I'm surprised she didn't see me. Like, girl, I'm just out here in a cut in 4K. I ain't even try to hide behind a rock. I'm gonna go behind the tree, though. I'm gonna hide behind this tree, that's for dang sure. Okay. I just want to say that overgrown roses, I don't like them. Those are the worst things in this game. I don't care what anybody says. I thought the Morboros were bad, but them things is creepy as crap. And they make noises? Hello? What do you mean you make noises? I don't need you to make noises when I'm trying to be stealthy. That was terrifying. You know what? We're good. I know she's probably like low 82. Yes, I know. Alright, we're switching back to stage. Will be my winner. Well, my default fit. You ain't gotta blow us up. Like, seriously, we ain't trying to do nothing to you. Alright, coming out the woodwork with some racism. Okay. Alright. No. Exactly, we want to help you. You don't have to call us savages. Exactly. I know. I often got all these questions like, wait, hold on. Let me flip and reverse it a little bit. Let me slow down a little bit. Oh, that's some horror movie sounding ish. It didn't help the music went with it too. You know, I really got to stop playing games with my life when it gets this horror movie aesthetic vibe to it. And I don't mean to do it. I love me a dark fantasy type beat, but I don't have to like the specific atmospheric intentions of it and then have the audacity to do this when I gotta go to sleep eventually. Like, I just set myself up every freaking time. It's like they took the atmospheric darkness and coldness of Ishgard and made it real and added like nightmare fuel, and this is Gollum art, and I hate it. Oh. I don't know if that was sus or not, but we're just gonna let it go. Oh, so you all were kind of hiding out here, and I guess, like you're saying, you getting a little bit of space to think about things, which is fair. And as a reminder, I'll be switching between Sage, Scholar, and Astro for the rest of the expansion, so we'll be playing these default classes. You know what? I ain't even mad at you. You ain't got nothing to say. Oops. There you go. Oh, dang. I love how the song in the background is essentially just the theme for the Empire, but sounds old-timey, which is such a... I see what you're cooking, Final Fantasy. Oof. Take this. Oh, that's a radio that's playing the music. Huh. Garlemald reminds me of Final Fantasy VII vibes in the sense of the technology, but I could be very well wrong. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to check into something really quick. And hold on a second, I'm gonna put myself on mute. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Just give me one more second, y'all. All right. Well, that's not creepy at all that you're hearing the same music. And hi, Diego. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. I'm doing some Final Fantasy XIV, typically playing the Endwalker story. But I hope you're taking care as always. It's lovely to see you. Huh. Is that what you're calling Eorzea? You say that. Yeah, today's been pretty okay. Hanging in here. Hope the same for you, of course, as always. It's about to be some meta stuff in this expansion, I can already tell. Shoot, go ahead and ask questions. Are we the ones? You have more people in there? I mean, technically, if she's lying to us, I wouldn't blame her. We are complete strangers. We don't look like people familiar to her. But it's not really helping us to not know who's in that building because they could try to kill us. So... she's lying. That is true. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Diego, for sure. You can share it on Discord. I don't have a problem with that. I did see it too. It looks really nice. So yeah, feel free to share any and all artwork. And if there's some weird things with Discord, again, I'll work to fix it in terms of making sure people don't get sniped. I will say it that way. You better watch them babies, Miss Ma'am. I'll play along with the gag. But yeah, Diego, you're fine to post on Discord. It's all good. Thanks for asking. Okay. So we can either go around or go through. I'm pretty sure that means we gotta murder some monsters to get over there, but we'll figure it out. It's fine. So we'll do what we gotta do. Alright. How the mighty have fallen. All the bad puns in this game. Hopefully these sprites don't aggro me. Cool. I will say I have walked around this area. I think it's really well designed. The overgrown rose does look like like a marble has been experimented on, which is terrifying. So while I hate its design, it fits given some of the things we do know in terms of the lore in this area. But I don't have to like it either way though. We can go. Oops, wrong with direction. Jeez, we gotta go this way. There's very much a finality in this part of the game too. I think this expansion, you can tell it's getting close to a climax in terms of this saga, which is the whole purpose of Endwalker. So, don't aggro me, maybe? No, we might survive. Oh, we did. Nice. Okay, is that a horse? No, Diego. This is my chocobo. It's just in my titania barding because fairy vibes. Unless you're talking about another monster on here, which is these guys that look like dinosaur-looking things, and there are other creatures around. So I might have missed it if there was a horse-like monster that I'm not in my mind's eye. We were sent on an errand? I mean, you do kind of sound out like a sore thumb, kind of setting out here in the gut, so... Okay. Oh! Well. I guess negotiations are off the table and y'all just gonna square up on me instead. Cool. We hate it. Also, where's my fairy? Wolf? I need to not die by, you know, actually summoning my powers a little bit. Oh, wrong button. I meant to do that. There you go. I mean, you can tell me to stop, but you're the one who attacked me first. I did nothing to you. No, you're not dead. I probably just knocked you out. I'm crying. All right. Goodbye, bully troopers. Right, though, Diego. That's actually the best way to put it because they attacked us first. Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people? Yes. I mean, technically speaking, I wouldn't have had to hurt them if they hadn't tried to scorp on me in front of the cave. I don't have any reason to bother them. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh! What do you mean? That is wild. I hate it here. Right? Like, how are you getting it from the bottom of the lake if it's frozen? Okay, that's fair. You got trade secrets. You can't share the goods. That's completely valid. Right? Like, why are you still here? Go where? Oh. I wonder if y'all can will work with Sid or something. Yes. I'm assuming that's the way y'all call Garleans. Like, then again, they did call us savages when we walked up on them, so oof. Oof, oof. Oh no! Huh. She has her reasons, I guess. Alright, time to head on back. It's a very close storyline is kind of making the people who are around here very ignorant and very, you know, privileged. So we're getting a glimpse into the world that has been oppressing the rest of the planet. Interesting. Because I'm assuming they have no idea what the Empire has done to the rest of Eorzea. Does not justify anything that's happened since ARR and even before. But it is interesting that we're getting perspective of what's happened to these people who have been in this area. And then as a heads up, like I said, we'll keep this stream kind of short. We'll probably play for another like 45 minutes and then call it for stream. So just giving folks a pretty estimate of how we're gonna play this stream tonight. Daphno get kidnapped? Did my nephew get kidnapped? What did you do? Excuse me? Okay, they're not up there. Where do y'all take this man, young man? He is clumsy. He has a twin. Okay, okay, that's not a good direction to go because cliffs are my mortal enemy, but okay, so we've checked upstairs. It's not over there. I'm assuming he's not that far though with them, maybe? I don't know. Where'd it go? Okay, this is outside the boundary. What the devil is these people at? Can't go in there. What just happened? Of course they did. We love... No, we don't. I'm being sarcastic. Oof. All right. I mean, I would imagine, given the places that Joe grew up in, that you would be suspicious of us in the first place. So you attacking Alphino is not necessarily shocking in the grand scheme of things. It still sucks that he had to knock y'all out, though. I think you're projecting, but okay. Bigger problems. What else is going on? Oh, God. Where are they gonna go in the snow? These dang kids. Okay, you in the grand scheme of things, listen. I understand you're suspicious, but also in my mind's eye, as a 30-year-old plus person, or 30 in my 30s, I'm looking at you like, sir, you just sent a bunch of kids into a wild-ass forest with monsters. Well, not forest. A wide open space of snow and all this terrain with no supplies and no food and nothing, and you just think that's going to be a good idea for survival? That's what you want to do? Say's on the same wavelength as me. Like, what did you mean? What did you mean? You sent kids who are sick out into the winter? Oh my God. Get him! Snatch him! Snatch him, Alice. Interesting. I mean, Alphino is a sage, so if anybody's gonna be able to heal, he'd be aight. Again, I'm not surprised this happened. It's sad, but it's. I think Final Fantasy XIV's story does a good job of balancing between realistically how people are going to react and the response versus the audience, which is the player character, which is us, is how we're going to maneuver to. So I appreciate that at least. Okay, so they went this way. Out here in the snow, with not a hint of warmth. And now for the shenanigans. And I really didn't realize those, like, overgrown roses made those noises, and that's the worst possible thing on this earth. Good lord. More footprints? Alright. Splitting up like the Scooby Gang. This area is huge. What am I looking for? I'm assuming we're gonna pick up like bottles or something of medicine and then see more footprints, maybe? Half-buried piece of paper. The wet paper half buried in snow appears to be a flyer for a theater group, though the run of the shows it advertised has long since ended. Okay. forced to be something by a monster that could potentially aggro us. You know, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't wilding out to think that thing would try to kill me. So it's fine. Oh god. Leave me alone. You know, I should probably get scared. Stop playing with my assistants right now. Like, attacking me out of nowhere. I figured it wasn't gonna be one of those things. It was like, hey, I can walk fast and be okay. Nope, he's gonna try to kill me. Let you go ahead and die. Ooh, fresh blood. Sexy. I mean that with so much sass and sarcasm, because I hate this. Oh god. Yeah. Shoot. That's not a good sign. Oh boy, we gotta go find them quick, because they're probably bleeding. That means they probably haven't gotten too far. Over here? I'm glad I'm a healer, because what do you mean? What do you mean they're already cold? Crap. Ah, dang! So I'm assuming they didn't make it, and now Alice's coming, which means this is about to be the worst cutscene on this planet. Oh my god.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
Yeah, they're gone.
No. Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
Dang. Well, Endwalker about to be something. Oh god.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Ooh, that one was rough. Jesus. But I... Dang. I have so many words, but dang, that's... Woo! Final Fantasy 14. Never... It's never subtle. It's very just straight to the jugular. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. I would level up. Oh man, I'm about to be level 100 on all these classes. It's so wild to me. Like, that's so sad. Oh my god. Ugh. God, that's just so sad. But like I said, since, I mean, not to say that Final Fantasy has changed in regards to how dark it can get, but I feel like Shadowbringers just upped the ante to where now I just... It's not that I don't think characters can die or that I don't expect any happiness, but it's just more like, dang, this... Woof. There's just not enough words to describe it. I'll probably have a better way to talk about it after I get through processing, you know, in terms of the story like I usually do, but jeez. Yep, time to tell you what happened.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the Victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events of the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
Pretty much.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Hate to see it.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams.
Why do I feel like that's connected to the magic that was just talked about in terms of Charlenion? I feel like those things are connected.
May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
I am the concerned.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iullus Pir Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face, how their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm crying. This is a response. That's true. I don't know what she would say to me if I let you go by yourselves.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
You asked for people, we gave you people, sir. You don't gotta be all caught up in a bunch right now.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Also, I like this rendition of the music, so shout out to Square Enix again. I'm gonna have to buy the Endwalker goddamn vinyl. Alrighty. Figured. Huh. Okay. I love everybody's like, be on your guard. I'm like, listen. Yeah, I can watch everybody. It's fine. I'm crying. Okay. Alright, hostile. Hostile man. I'm assuming Julius is like in his 20s. He's got that like early 20s type of spite. No shade to anybody who's in their early 20s, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just sitting there like, okay, we'll play by your rules. We'll make it work. Just don't attack the party. We're good. I probably shouldn't have gone this way. I probably should have just gone around, but it's fine. Actually, I've never really gone in here. So what's this look like? Oh. That's cool. It's on both sides. Sorry, I'm just curious about the architecture. Little detour, side tour kind of thing. And then we'll probably go for 15 more minutes to keep it a clean 3 hours, and then we'll call it for stream. So, story's getting good, though. Story beats have been really good. Oh, sorry, I went around. That was me taking detours in the house. Okay. I'm crying. He's like, youngins. You gonna let the kids lead? Shouldn't they be behind us? We're the adults. Oh, great. Sure. I'm thinking, like, won't the monsters try to attack us? Okay. Well, alrighty, we'll just follow them. Dang it, I figured as much. I'm about to say, like, y'all, you gonna leave me alone, monster. Like I said, I've unlocked this area for the most part, so really curious to see in terms of interacting with the scenery and setting. That's why, like, when you play Final Fantasy XIV, you can run around the different areas and unlock stuff, but you don't have any context of what's gonna happen still. So. All right. The first step, okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. Alrighty then. The Timber Soldiers. Oh. Me no like. Not a fan. And it seems like they're aware that people are essentially hypnotized and try to attack people, so that's not great. In the sense of that's not great that they're out here attacking people. hit you a couple times with magic spells. We'll be done. Of course. Oof. Okay. I don't think right now they're really good with being convinced, which I can completely understand given the circumstances, but still. Oh, look, more murder. Oh, wrong. I didn't put the AoE attack. Shit, I got stuck. Alright, there we go. Okay. Oh yes, thank you, Zeno. I do need to get those currents. I will be definitely looking into that in this area, and also in Davnar too. Davnar, yeah. I need to go get them from over there. Jeez, no mercy. Well, you've clearly been through some ish. Speaking of which, is there a current near me actually for me to do that? The collections. Sorry, I haven't used this in a minute. It's to the north? I guess in this area we're going to. Oh, neat. We get to go to this spot that I was looking at the other day. I was like, how the heck did we get up here? Or, well, not that I was looking at it the other day, but when I was roaming around, I was confused as to why I couldn't get this ether current. It's up. Oh, is this like a hidden area? No wonder I couldn't find this when I was just running around randomly. Oh, what the devil? Alright. Maybe it's because I've played a certain game too long, and I will totally allow that judgment and, you know, thing that's happening, but these monsters are low-key giving me hearts. I'm just saying it's specifically given heartless. Maybe nobody, but either way, the vision's there. I see it. Excuse me, I had to sneeze, but okay. Yeah. Fair. I'm assuming the compass has got to be somewhere close. It said it was north. So assuming we keep going this way, we'll get to it. Northwest. Okay. If this is up some stairs, oh, I'm about to say. Okay, this part is really giving Final Fantasy VII vibes. Because I feel like Final Fantasy has cyberpunk tech stuff, and then just high fantasy and everything. Oh. I'm assuming they are gonzo or really hurt. I'm gonna leave you alone, though. I respect it. Oof. I thought Ishgard and Heavensward was just kind of like, oh my god, but here? Oof. Yeah. I imagine they're not gonna like us being here. I'm gonna probably go touch the Aetherite crystal because we're gonna have to wrap up stream soon. I'm not gonna talk to anybody though. Oh, it's not responding? Oh, never mind. Game's like, haha, you can't do none of the stuff you about to do. Don't even try it. That's fair. The game's like, don't, you can't go ahead. You can't touch it. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Love the character design.
The first? I had no idea you had survived.
Did you want to say that out loud, Alphino?
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable.
What did I say about Final Fantasy XIV trying to be meta as hell? Alright, I see you.
Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps.
I'm gonna call it now. I'm pretty sure I like all the expansions, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna really love Endwalker. If we're cooking this good at the beginning with the climax of this, Endwalker's gonna punch me in the throat, and I already know. Story-wise.
It was only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference. To make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost, all because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Damn, I knew he was gonna ask something like that. Well, not that I knew, but okay.
Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop. Keep away from that one.
Let him know.
The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
You better recognize, though.
Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
I'll do the bottom, but I love both options. The game.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
I see your little you're faltering a little bit. Okay. I think this is a good place to stop. So, let me go to the chatting screen really quick. Then we will just exit out of the game. So first, thank you all for joining me for today's stream. I know we did just a couple of hours, but we made some progress with Endwalker, which is the intention and goal. Let me turn on the music a little bit. I didn't do this yes at the last Final Fantasy XIV stream, but I would say... Okay, so here's a couple of observations I can make before we completely call it. Just when you said it's a good time to stop, I've just finished anything nice. Look at that timing. One, I guess I shouldn't be shocked that they already knew who we were. I mean, I think with the fact that we have been a thorn in the Empire's ass for multiple expansions. I mean, of course. I also would say, too, that the choice of using Alphino and Alzase, I will say in the story, is very good because to me they've always represented some of the, if we're talking about coming of age stories and their character motif, which to me Alphino and Alzase remind me of two sides of the same coin of idealism, or at least the innocence of children or youth in terms of having belief and the future and a vision. Not saying the other folks in our company, including us, don't believe in that, but I've always thought in my mind's eye, and I really want to again get more behind the scenes for Final Fantasy XIV. I've always seen Alphino and Alice as the characters that are driving the innocence and coming of age through war and turmoil and the pain in this franchise. So I think using them to speak as envoys to the Garlean Empire is a really riveting way to show you at this point in the story of one, the juxtaposition between being young and being an adult. Because sometimes, well, not even sometimes, I think the big thing they always say when you become an adult is that you become jaded and nihilistic because humans are going to human, people are going to people. So I like that juxtaposition. That was a really powerful scene. And I think Endwalker is really setting up to, I don't want to say muddy the waters, but to make you have thoughts about ethics, morals, about history, knowing it, who's the winners or losers, that type of like motif and things. So I actually really appreciate what it's cooking. Granted, I'll have a full more motif like commentary on the game once I finish through Dawn Trail. But overall, Endwalker's storyline, one, I like the throwback to Hershafont in Heavensward, because I think I see that Heavensward and Endwalker are almost, to me, related in expansions. Because I feel like Heavensward was very much it was a somber mood, but it was almost a more naive somber mood. As in, you're the champion of Eorzea, you're fresh, you're trying to figure stuff out, and you just lost your friends. You suffered your first major loss. Versus an Endwalker at this point, you know the name of the game, you know the stakes, so you're kind of entrenched in it, and you're more matured and you're more seasoned. So again, that's why the juxtaposition between Alphino and Alice and the story right now is really well done. I think that was some 5D chess from Heavensward to Endwalker, which is why Endwalker, Shadowbringers, and Heavensward to me are a package deal. I don't want to like leave out of a realm we're born in Stormblood. You can't have the story without those two expansions. But I feel like Endwalker and Heavensward to me are like twins, and Shadowbringers the bridge. Like Stormblood and Shadowbringers are the bridge toward to that story. With the dragons and just the somberness is so peak. It's 5D chess story writing. So I didn't even say something because those lines were poignant. And of course, I find it very woo to be playing this right now, given the way everything is in the world right now. So I would just leave it at that. But that's true that, and we also defeated some well-known monsters in the Judging and Temple raids. Oh, and we also got some bosses that were well-known in Final Fantasy XIV lore. Exactly. So, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV does a really good job with the storyline in terms of the details. Even just the fact that Cicerine and her sister died, I think that sets up. I think the juxtaposition with that is very much giving what happened to Tesla and Shadowbringers. I think they just really want you to know in this part of the story that there are no winners or losers in this part of the story. It's we have to build something better. And it's not going to be easy. And a lot of people are going to get hurt in the process. But we got to do what we got to do kind of vibes. So anyway, I will stop gabbing and going on. But thank you all so much for joining me. Of course, we will play more Final Fantasy XIV as always as I continue to play the story. We will get through the main story quest. And we will finish it out till the end of where the expansion is. And I will always be playing Final Fantasy XIV. I love the story. It's really great. I love the main protagonist. I just peak storytelling. It's given. It's given what is cooking. But anyway, our next stream won't be until Friday. So I will be back doing some co-working. And then we're going to play some Unicorn Overlord. I will make sure my hardest, but no promises. Stuff can change, of course, if we need to cancel or something. But my goal is by Friday is to hopefully play through the part of Unicorn Overlord that we got stuck at. I'll have to play through the part that we did last time because a character I want to save ended up dying. So I need to go back and play that part before we can stream it. But I will be in my pixel form for that. And then on Saturday, we will do Infinity Nikki along with some special stuff for Black History Month. So Thank you all so much for joining me tonight in terms of things. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I will drop in just a second who we are going to go raid. But let me go check it out first in terms of shenanigans. Apologies, it's just going to take me a wee second to see who's live right now, who I can send y'all off to. Who is gaming right now that I can send y'all off to? I usually feel more comfortable sending you off to mutuals and friends. So I'm gonna try to also like send y'all off to people, like to new people every stream to kind of mix it up a little bit. So I'm actually gonna send y'all off to Traveler Aria. They are somebody who's really cool. They're currently playing Kirby in the Forbidden Land, so I think that'll be a good stream for y'all to check out. But of course, if you just want to scamper in terms of things, that's totally cool. I respect that in terms of where you want to go, or I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours, and I know it's late for me too, for if you're in the same time zone. So we'll do that. So let me go ahead to get the raid message going. And of course, because no one used my raid message the last time, I'm just going to say it's a C raid since y'all wanted to do that. I see you. I see you. So that's the message in the chat. But again, like I said, we're going to go raid Traveler Aria. They are playing Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. If you want to go check out that game, you can. Of course, as always, I'm going to raid and run because it's late for me. But of course, if you don't want to do that, like I said, appreciate you, whether you were watching morning, afternoon, evening, whether you were lurking, or whether you're going to watch the VOD over on YouTube. But we're going to have it go ahead and do that. Let me just go ahead and get the grade going. But yeah, I will see you on Friday or Saturday. If not, I'll see you somewhere in Discord or somewhere on the internet somewhere soon. Stay safe and stay well. And thank you so much for joining me for more Final Fantasy XIV shenanigans. It's been fun as always, so I appreciate you. And yes, thank you, Pass. Thank you, everybody, for checking me out. I appreciate y'all enjoying stream and, being able to co-work in Battle Diablo. And I hope you enjoy the shenanigans. Like I said, shout out to Rachel Arts as well as Kopintea for the table that you'll be able to see now in terms of my 2D self in terms of assets. But there's more to come, so look forward to that. But alrighty, y'all, I'll see you sometime soon. Please take care and have a wonderful evening. We're going to go ahead and get the raid going. And for those of you who are on YouTube, I will drop Traveler Aria's handle. So if you want to go hop over to Twitch, you can. No pressure, though, if you do not want to in terms of shenanigans. But alrighty, we're going to go do the thing. But take care. Have a nice one. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Huzzah!